Okay, so here's the deal. I was given 5 minutes to talk here, and I've spent a lifetime speaking more than 5 minutes. And so sit back and relax, and we'll get through this. I am, thank you, brother, one who knows. I'm here to say a word or two or three about Justice Matters. And many of you know about Justice Matters, but just for in the case that there's a few people that have not been aware of that, it is a ministry that we are carrying on in Lawrence, encompassing 21 or so different faith communities. So First Baptist is joined with 20 other communities of faith in trying to bring a better sense of justice and hope to the city of Lawrence. It's a fairly new kind of ministry. It's an important ministry. A couple of months ago, actually, Stacy Lamb stood in this place where I am and told you about her evening that she spent with the police officer driving through the streets of Lawrence at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. And her topic that day was the homeless situation and running into homeless people that had nowhere to go. My topic in terms of Justice Matters has to do with childhood trauma, because that's one of the areas that Justice Matters is addressing and researching and trying to find some solutions to. When Carolyn and I were much younger, we got involved in being parents, adopting kids, and we had kids that we were taking care of for several years. One of those young children was a girl named Evie. And Evie was an elfin-like, sprightly kind of 6-year-old, very lively. But she came from a family that was falling apart. The mother could not take care of Evie and her 4 younger siblings. Think of that. 6 years old, 5 children. The mother couldn't handle it, so Evie was in our care for almost a year. One day, Evie became aware of the fact that she was going to be adopted into some other home. And so she thought about that for a while and came to us one day and said, well, why don't you adopt us? Speaking to Carolyn and myself. And Carolyn gave the quick answer, thinking a little faster than I did. Well, we're too old, we said. Too old. So she accepted that, but the next morning she came up to Carolyn and she said, well, just how old are you anyway? The irony of that is that a younger family, an older family than us, finally adopted Evie and her 4 siblings. But I have to tell you regretfully that adoption didn't work out very well. Those 5 children were in constant turmoil as they grew older, and to my knowledge, some of them are still adults who are struggling with life. There are children like Evie, many of them, in our community in Lawrence, Kansas, needing help. And that's what Justice Matters is trying to accomplish and help with. So what can you do about it? What can I do about it? Well, it's an awesome kind of responsibility, and no one expects that we're ever going to wipe out childhood trauma and solve all the problems for young people. But at least we can give it a try, and we can work at it, and Justice Matters is trying to do that. Some of the suggestions that are quite obvious would be that you could support Justice Matters financially if you so desired. No requirement there, but it's an opportunity. Or you can become a Justice Network member and be more closely identified with the 8, 10, 12 people that are already in that category, perhaps more than that. Thirdly, you can mark down April 18th, 2016 in your book, because that's the date when the Nehemiah Assembly will take place at the Lead Center. We hope, Justice Matters hopes, to fill the Lead Center with 2,000 people who will be saying to our community and to our neighbors, we want to help, we want solutions to some of these problems, and we are here to do that. So mark down that date, April 18th, in your calendar, and plan to be there so that you can support young children, not named Evie anymore, but the Evies, hundreds of them, are waiting on us to help them. Thank you.